Just want to say this because like I was saying on Hoodie Ross's Twitter, that on DoorDash, I'll always get my orders synced. The orders will come in synced. And then it's just orchestrated shit when I get there, of course. And then it's just setups everywhere that I go, of course. But the other night, though, when I DoorDashed, I only did 3 orders, I think. But it was like every order was ice cream. Like I went to Dairy Queen twice, and then I went to this other ice cream place. And it was like every order was ice cream. It was like ice cream night, I guess. Like I think it was an orchestrated thing, cause it was every order was ice cream, and then there was another DoorDash that came up, but like I was running low on gas, so I declined it. But it was an ice cream, or it was one at Dairy Queen again, I think. It's probably another ice cream one. There's a bunch of sink flies in my car right now. I let a few of them out the door. They flew out finally, and I killed a couple of them. There's still a bunch of them in here. Just constantly flying up in my face and shit. And like one will fly up in my face as another one's like over there buzzing or whatever. It'll start buzzing at the same time. And constant cars driving by me. There's 2 cars driving by me simultaneously right now. And then I went to this park today. I was sitting there. And I'm writing some lyrics. And then, of course, a car has got to pull up right next to me and just sit there. And there's other parking spaces open, like on the other parts of the parking lot. They just pull up next to me and sit there with their car on, which they were listening to music at first, but then they turned the music off. But then they're just sitting with their car on still. Why are you sitting with your car? It's not hot outside. It's like fall weather right now. You can just sit in your car with the AC off. You don't need an AC or a heater right now. So why are you sitting with your car turned on for a long ass time? Like, I understand if you're listening to music, but they turn the music off and then they're still just sitting there with the car on. And there was another car that was sitting with his car on at the other park today. I don't know if it was a stalker, but it was just sitting there for a long time. Like an hour, I think. I don't know how long I was there. I think it was like an hour. And there's the one video that, like a week or a couple weeks ago, whatever, where I went to the one park at 4 a.m. or like 5 a.m, and this car pulls up, synced, and then he just sits there, and then he sat there for like an hour with his car turned on. Like, who does that? Why do you sit there for an hour with your car turned on? But anyway, that one today that pulled up next to me, they sat there for a long ass time, and then they pulled off. This is weird. But like, cause I was like, anytime I do anything creative, they gotta send people over next to me like that, or they gotta make a bunch of sounds, it's a bunch of sirens going off or whatever. Fly a plane over my head or whatever. Stupid. I think this fly flew out. There's another one though. What's he doing? What the fuck? Is he trapped in something? I think he's trapped. What the fuck? So I just wanted to say those few things. You hear the stalkers? And there's a guy with a Punisher logo on his shirt today at Walmart. I haven't seen a Punisher logo in forever. I hear a train horn right now. I think he's syncing with me talking or something. It's like right when I said I saw a guy with a Punisher shirt today at Walmart. I don't know. Was it synced with that? But I haven't seen the Punisher shirts in forever. But there's one today. Or I haven't seen the Punisher logo. Like, they'll have them on their trucks sometimes, too. Or whatever. And then just a bunch of people coming out of the aisles with carts as I walk by the aisle. Like, I'm walking to the back of the store by all these aisles. And, like, there's a bunch of carts coming out of a bunch of different aisles right next to me. And then the aisle that I go into, it happens. And then when I'm coming out of the aisle, there's a worker that works there. And they're pushing a cart into the aisle. Like, one of the carts that they stock shelves with. When I come out of the aisle. And then they usually have someone standing by the thing that I'm going to get or standing right in front of it. So I have to be like, excuse me, can you get out of my way? They're just like standing there on their cell phone or whatever, or just standing there like looking at something with the red shirt or whatever. A red shirt and a camo hat. Or whatever. A yellow shirt, lately. Or a green shirt. But I still see the red shirters all day too. And then I saw a green semi, and then like I pulled up to this intersection and there was like a green car. I forget. They're doing green car things and yellow car things and all types of things today. And they synced a green car with a blue car. Because if you don't know, if you haven't watched any of the recent videos, for context, they've been syncing green and blue things together. Like, someone will get out of a green car with a blue shirt on, or they'll have a blue shirt and green pants on, or it'll be two people together. One will have a blue shirt and one will have a green shirt. Things like that. Or they'll have a green shirt on a blue bike. Or they'll have a blue shirt and a green hat. So I saw a blue car and a green car sync with each other today. And then a bird just flew in front of me, synced. This fly keeps flying up in my face. He's flying in my face again. Get the fuck out. Go. Get out. Go. Go. I think that one left. How many more is there in here? This one's still stuck somewhere. I think he's down in this thing, like under my cup holder. I think he's trapped in there somehow. The CIA can't make him fly out, or he's down there deliberately, or whatever. It's the CIA sink flies, though. And then I was sitting in the park this morning, and they're driving behind me on the street, and like I'm looking in my mirror, like my side view mirror, and they're sinking at the edges of the mirror. Like how when I record, they'll sink at the edges of the screen, like they'll be like this. They'll sink at the edges of the screen like that. So they were doing that with cars at the edges of my mirror this morning a bunch of times. And they'll sync with things, like if I'm looking in my mirror, they'll sync with something out of my windshield, like underneath the mirror, with something in the mirror behind me. They love to do the mirror syncs all day. And they'll sync in reflections of windows like that if I'm sitting in a parking lot or whatever. They'll sync in the reflection of a window. Very intricately synced. Like a window on a building, I mean. And then the self-checkouts are always trolling me. Just every time it'll spit the change out synced. It'll take forever to spit the change out, and then it'll be synced. It'll glitch out synced or whatever. And then my CD player in my car skips when I drive through intersections. Yesterday and today again. That's been happening a bunch of times. Or at whatever synced moment, whatever thing I'm driving by. Like an alley or intersection or whatever. Or as a stalker drives by me. Like, I forget what it was when a stalker drove by me today, I think. I think it was like when an ambulance drove by me or some shit like that. My CD skips. Or it could be me unintentionally syncing on myself, because I'll drive up to intersections when the CD changes all the time. Like when it changes to the next CD, I'll unintentionally sync on myself. They'll impulse my thoughts or whatever to make me drive up to the intersection when the CD changes. So that might be the same thing when the CD skips. I don't know, but I think it's the CD player doing it. I don't know. But sync though, a bunch of times. Just can't listen to music. They gotta sync it. They gotta fuck up the song, sync. Is this a sync dog barking? So, I think that's all I have to say. I don't know. There's a bunch of maintenance trucks stalking me today, which there is every day, but there's more of them today. The utility trucks. The city trucks, they're always stalking me all the time, every day, but there's a bunch of them today. But like they're always doing shit at the parks too, I think, but because like I mostly saw them at the parks, but I saw them on the streets a bunch too today. But whatever they do it synced when I'm around. Like I have a bunch of videos on my YouTube where like I'm walking up and down Norfolk Avenue downtown, and the maintenance people will be doing shit downtown, like trimming weeds and trees and shit in the middle of the median, and like fixing the lights and whatever. Or doing whatever work, and I'll be doing it synced as I walk by them, and as I walk up the street they'll be syncing ahead of me and behind me. I have a billion videos of that. I have a billion videos of garbage trucks syncing. I have a billion videos of garbage trucks with one light syncing. They're always running out of headlights and taillights. So are the FedExes, and so are the UPSs. In the mail trucks, they don't have they need a bigger budget for light bulbs. Because they're always running out. They'll just have one light. And they'll be dumping the dumpster right next to me as I walk by. They'll be standing there, and then they pull the lever as I walk by. Or whatever. They do sync powder. Giant Tony Montana mountains of sync powder. Mountain ranges of sync powder. They're snorting the sync behind me right now, simultaneous. And then there's two other simultaneous cars right now. And sync parade. And then I think I was still hearing jets in the sky today at one point. It's been a bunch of jets in the sky flying over my head, really high in the sky. I think the wind started up right when I opened my door. I think it did. Comes the loud truck. Whitey. It was a Whitey. He's sinking with another truck right now. He probably synced with the other car before him. And then I was sitting in my car today with my window cracked, and this butterfly came up and like flew up in the crack of the window and then like flew back out. Or like he didn't fly into the car, but he flew up like right in the crack of the window and like flew out in front of my car. Synced. So that's the Walking Up Sync podcast. Support the podcast. Hit the Cash App and PayPal. Don't think.